So we're at the ramp ranch contest in Georgia. TK's legendary ramp. Nighttime. The lights he has these lights that hang right up above the coping, about six feet out. They're pointing right down above the coping, hanging on this contraption he had that worked really well. And as the contest went on, Buck Smith started going higher and higher, and eventually he did a backside air where his tail covered the light, pushed it up about a foot, made the ramp completely dark underneath him, and then he came back down and made it. Once again, first place, much to the chagrin of John Grigley, but sorry, John, he moved the light. It was kind of rad, people drinking, what are you going to do?
Probably a funny story that I can think of is I had moved to California and I was living out here, and Buck was definitely in a lot of contests and was, let's just say that he was in his heyday or whatever. And he came out for a contest in Del Mar and was staying with me, and someone came up with a new Thrasher, and they were all stoked. Hey Buck, you got the back cover of Thrasher, and check it out. There's this guy that's standing on the deck that's holding one of your boards. Who is that guy? And Buck turns around to me and says, Raj, that's you. And that was kind of my claim to fame, because through Buck, I got to be on the back cover of Thrasher. So that was pretty fun.
Moved out here to California, become rich and famous dust eater in the skateboard factory. Makeboarder is what I like to call myself. And Buck became pro by this time, and my job was to make him skateboards. And I would call him up and I'd say, what do you want me to do for you there, Buck? How do you want your shape? Oh, Chuck, you know what I like. Just send me something. So, of course, I would send him something, and he always liked it, which was pretty nice compared to some people who are not so easy. And ever since then, I've made him a board here and there, and I'm proud to say he's skating for me again. Still skates better than ever, harder than ever, and for his age group, he's absolutely the king. And if you don't know that, then you're just lame anyway, so I'm not going to tell you.
Buck is a true skater. He skateboards for skateboarding and not really for the image. And he's really humble when it comes to that, and that's unusual in our industry and our sport. He doesn't have that big head that a lot of other, really good skaters have, and it's refreshing to see. He's a down-to-earth guy. And I think he'd be that way whether he skateboarded or played tennis or he's a pro surfer or whatever he did. I think that's just what Buck is. That's how he is.
Well, I mean, the thing about Buck and Kona and how they kind of come together, it's man, the only way to really describe it, man, you got to earn that shit. I mean, you ain't gonna get that reputation because you're just because of Kona. You got it because you rip, man. Every time there's a session, you're the one showing up, dominating. Anytime there's a contest, you're the one showing up, dominating. It's that's it, man. It's how you are on your board, and how you are off your board. And in both respects, he let everybody know where his roots are, where he comes from, and when it was time to step up, he's stepping up. So, it's as simple as that.
Him doing the back boneless off the tombstone, it's like a legendary thing, like that. I think people that have never been there before, they see it and they think it's kind of gnarly, but when you go there and see it and what, that move on that thing, it's insane. And the way he does them, I mean, his freaking board's like scratching the back of his head when he's on top of the thing. And what's insane is he does it every time. He does it like if he would just roll down the bowl. He just rolls in and does a back boneless off the tombstone. Got it, whatever.
Does it feel to be a pro? How does it differ from being an amateur?
I don't know, it's just a lot shakier being up here with all the guys that are the best, I don't know. Out here with Christian and Chris Miller, my first session. I don't know, it's going to be pretty hard skating against those guys. Totally tearing up the ramp.